Hello, everybody. We are those guys you hate.
Welcome to the show that encourages you to be your best self by not being like us.
My brother and I hopelessly search for nuance as we wade through wacky segments and crazy conversations.
If you can withstand the insanity, you might actually learn something.
Tyler, give me a rundown on what you're talking about today, my friend.
Ryan, one of us is going to look like a complete fool by the end of another round of Better Know Your History and the saddest oof we've ever done.
Okay.
What about you, Ryan?
Tyler, can an alligator lick your face?
Oh, I tried to look that up.
And did Leisure Suit Larry actually have a nude code? I actually found out, and you will too on this week's show. Old names are weird as fuck, Tyler. Forgive me for starting the show with an F word. They're weird.
Like Bethel.
Sure.
And Lisa.
The first one, yes.
Sorry to all my Lisas out there.
The second one, not as much. Not Bethel, Lisa. One of these things is not like the other.
Do you have any examples?
I would say, there was a time where you could very easily be dating a Crayola Headerby, Tyler. Do you understand?
There's no way that was a real name.
I'm telling you that
Crayola
somebody has gone down on a Crayola, and I assume she was wearing one of those dresses with the cage in the back that made you look like you were hiding whatever we call midgets now.
I was going to say contraband. You went with the M word.
We are off to a terrible start,
And
Tyler.
good night, ladies and
what
gentlemen.
What if at some point you played polo with an Artemis Burnett Cook?
Was that a famous polo player?
I don't know. I'm just asking you a question. Actually, I looked up old first names and old last names. I put some of these together on my own time. I put an effort this week.
Because you would have had me believing there was a famous polo player, water polo player with that name.
In that case, that's true. Water polo seems to be very hard. You're constantly churning those feet, man.
It does. I have a hard time standing up on dry land.
Regular land.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody at one point has gotten into a fist fight with a Cornelius Fossil Bottom. Is that...
Okay, Cornelius for sure. Fossil Bottom. Now I just feel like you're trying to throw in fake names.
Look it up, Tyler. Look it up. There is a long, powerful lineage of Fossil Bottom.
I'll believe you, but my heart goes out to no matter when this person lived. My heart goes out and my sympathies go out to all the fossil bottoms out there. There's no way there was a time when that was normal.
Wrong. Like Cindy Crawford's mole, it was a position of power.
Whoa!
The fossil bottom name, the imperfection made them powerful. Tyler, but what about today, Tyler? What about today? And 100 years from now, are we going to look back and laugh at a Cookie Rojas?
Cookie?
Yeah, Cookie Rojas.
There are cookies?
Yeah, Cookie Rojas, a famous baseball player.
I had
Tyler.
no idea.
Yeah, Cookie Rojas. Is that going to elicit a chuckle from our futuristic brethren?
Is Booger McFarland's first name actually Booger?
It can't be. If it is, somebody should punch his mom in the face.
Whoa!
Listen,
dude, he's still alive.
Really?
He's up and kicking.
Really?
He'll put his feet in our mouth.
Well, then I'll say it again, Tyler. No, I'm just kidding. I don't condone violence against anybody.
Did I say in our mouth? I meant through our mouth.
I don't know what you did there. But what about Harvey Weinstein? Are we going to look back and laugh about Harvey Weinstein?
You would imagine that through his actions, he has crippled the naming of future babies Harvey.
Why?
Do you think he's done a disservice to future Harveys everywhere?
What happened with him? Is he good or?
No, Ryan.
Really?
He's not good.
I'll Google that. We can review.
Yeah.
Okay, Tyler, what about Tyler Menendez? Will we look back one day and that'll be a funny name?
I hope so. I think
you think?
I think Menendez is too generic of a name. But Tyler could be funny.
Sure.
I noticed Tyler is used in a lot of adult animation like Family Guy and American Dad to point out the douchebag. Stop being a douchebag, Tyler.
You've mentioned that before, and I find the idea of that interesting. Kind of like Kyle has an idea of the name, or Karen. We see how that's been radicalized. We can review.
By Felicia.
I want to see if that's you being paranoid or if that's real.
Paranoid? I'm honored. Are you kidding me? It's amazing.
Okay. And if you're interested in a nice mix between paranoia and honor, my name is Ryan.
My name is Tyler.
And we are those guys you hate. Good afternoon, everybody. I am doffing my cap to you, and I am your host, Ryan Menendez. My co-host, Tyler Menendez. You're burping over there. What's up, man?
I'm good, Ryan. How are you?
Was it the wafer? Was it the wafer I gave you in the pregame?
Maybe I'm in between because A, I'm burping, B, I'm doing a show, but C, I enjoyed them enough I may crunch on another one later.
Please do. Tyler and I, we warm up by just chit-chatting about ridiculous things. We record it. We put it 30 seconds after the show. Go listen to it. This one, I thought was kind of good.
Yeah.
Tyler, did you, or maybe, let me ask the question this way.
All right.
Have you ever heard of the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's like it is the biggest event in American culture at any given time of the year where we all collectively come together to do this one thing.
Mass Singer would like a word, Tyler.
Oh, please.
But the Super Bowl, it is football. It's American football. The two best teams at the end, for anybody who doesn't know, they end up playing, and we crown a champion, Tyler. This year, did you watch it?
I did.
Okay.
I did, but
I got Irish there for a minute. I'm not sure what happened.
I only watched up to the half.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you said that.
Yeah.
The halftime show this year was Rihanna, Tyler. Was Riri.
I missed it.
Oh, you missed it.
Yeah, I wasn't interested.
That's okay. That's too bad because that's what I wanted to venture into this. Rihanna, she's pregnant, Tyler. Did you hear about that?
I did hear. I did. I saw photos, and she, I guess, even confirmed it herself, and with like a little wink, with a literal wink.
Oh wow!
And a metaphorical nudge by rubbing her belly and winking at the camera.
Really?
That's what I heard. Again,
okay.
I didn't see it.
So that leads me to this question, Tyler.
Segway.
Why do you think there's so much youth gun violence in America? Why have we cornered the market on that specific export, Tyler? What is the deal with that?
I'm much happier with this question than anything about
Really?
Rihanna. Yeah.
Well, then let's go back. What do you think about
anything-
that baby bump, Tyler? A$AP Rocky. Will he be a good dad?
I couldn't be happier for them and may be a strong son. Man, that's a tough question. I don't have the statistics, but I will say that we have a much more flippant attitude about guns than other countries. Other countries have much stricter gun laws than we do, and we have a very loud, very powerful, very influential groups in this country that want to keep things the way that they are and want to put a gun ostensibly in everybody's hand.
And why? I heard a statistic, and I can't even credit this because it's just one of these things that came in and out of my ears throughout the week. I think it was from Lebitard's show that there are more guns in America than people. We can review, but
easily. There's 330 million people here in America. There are over.
I thought there was that much in Miami. Am I wrong about that?
They're all hiding
yes,
here.
in Doral.
There are over 400 million guns in America.
Where did you get the statistic from?
Lebitard show from the expert who came on to talk on
That's
it.
probably where I got it from too.
Correct.
And that seems like a lot, Tyler. I feel like that feels like a lot to me.
That's because it is.
Okay. Now, I have a theory that I would like to venture out, almost really talk it out here on the air with you. And I have used this theory in many different ways. Is it safe to say that America, especially American youths, especially American white boy youths, are seemingly angrier than in other parts of the world, if not angrier, if you will not concede to that? They are definitely showing it in a more aggressive way.
Yeah.
Maybe there's that anger and resentment in other parts of the world, but it's not representing itself in these type of actions. Why do you think that is? Well, first of all, do you agree with me? And second of all, why do you think that is?
I absolutely agree with you. And my belief, without having any statistics to point to.
That's how segue works. I leap out at you, Tyler.
Well,
like, big event.
I knew something was coming.
It's
I didn't know
never
what
good.
it was.
It's never good.
My belief is that whereas before technology, before the internet, before computers, before all of this connectivity, before social media, everybody was kind of in the same society. But now, while we do live in a society, all of these individuals are able to be radicalized from inside their own bedroom. They have to go out and talk to people, but they can feel isolated. Back in the day, those isolated people just had to tough it out and either learn how to be social or you just,
you just rotted away in your mom's basement.
You fold into yourself, basically.
Sure.
But now there are people that are reaching out for those people
and finding a huge cachet.
And through misinformation, and now through these different systems like MySpace and then Facebook and now TikTok, the information that is coming in at such a high rate, and so much of it, not only misinformation, but specifically designed to have this results, you're going to have the results that we're seeing today.
I think that in-house terrorism, and perhaps I picked this up on that same thing because, this stuff channels through you and you don't even know what you pick up.
Mm-hmm.
In-house terrorism really seems to be like a civil war that is brewing in our country right now. And almost like when you're fighting in Vietnam or fighting in some of these other places, it's not people wearing, I'm the red team and you're the blue team. Now let's fight. You've got these incel insurges. You know what we need to do, Tyler? We need to start a campaign, fucking incel. If we could get women on board, and again, I don't mean to objectify.
Whoa, what do you mean get women on board? I'm sitting right here.
I'm
coming for you incels in a loving way.
Don't ask how he spells that. Is there gay incels?
Of course.
I feel like the gay community is more liberal with the sexuality. Am I wrong about this? Am I being a hateful warmonger?
I wouldn't go that far.
Because I'll work my way up to it if I have to.
I wouldn't go that far, but I will say that much like you saw me go through many years where there's a lot of people who may be gay who don't know that they're gay or are unable to accept that about themselves, and then that alone will fester and rot.
I bet you that's got a lot of this written all over it. Nonetheless, Tyler.
Sure. Sorry, Mormons.
I am going to venture my theory here.
Okay.
And I'll make it quick because we're going very long here. I just find this to be very interesting.
No, we're good.
Well, we got.
Oh, that's
Tyler,
right. We got a few different things.
We haven't even gotten to. We're gonna do oof after this. We got depression index. We haven't even made the depression index yet.
We got so much stuff for you, audience.
Like a loaded potato, Tyler. So here's the thing. I use this explanation in a lot of ways. Can we all kind of picture in our mind the CEO, the people who have all the money in the world, they're hardworking, they crush it, they're super successful, and then we think of their firstborn kid. In my mind, he's blonde hair, blue eyes, he's wearing a blazer, but he's kind of got the tie all unhooked and disheveled.
Yeah.
And this fictional person, is a fuck up. You have come from so much success that your perception has been distorted. You no longer understand how to be, again, this is a fake person, but you understand the picture that I'm painting.
Absolutely.
Yes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can that be used as kind of a tablet, as a model of what's happening to us as America, where we are almost kind of victims of our own success? We had the pull yourself up by your bootstraps immigrant generation that came here, and our father and his family ground it out tooth and nail. And we talk about third generation businesses succeeding 4% of the time. Are we the third generation business of countries?
Very well could be. Unfortunately, the rules have changed dramatically over specifically the last 4 to 5 decades. And we have seen that process speed up more and more. So you're absolutely right. While we are also victims of our success, the people who are in these positions of power are taking advantage of that more than they ever have before. And we're seeing the middle class literally disappear before our very eyes.
Well, and we're happy for your success, guys. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. And we're proud of you.
Wait, who are you talking about? You talking about the billionaires?
Sure.
No, fuck them.
I like to
fuck
see
them.
I like
no
to
billionaires.
see billionaires happy.
No. What?
They've earned it. They've earned it off of our hard labor, Tyler. They were smart enough to get money early. We didn't think of it.
Nobody had the idea to be a billionaire.
Sour grapes, Tyler. Sour grapes. I say oof on you.
Are you?
I say oof on you.
Do you have billions waiting in the Caymans that you haven't told me about? Why the fuck are we living here?
Tyler, hold on. I got to go do something.
My limo is arrived.
I'm jumping on a schooner. All right, Tyler, oof me in my oof hole.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Wait, I didn't hear the little...
I know. No, because for the first time in the history of this segment, Ryan, it's a sad oof. It's a sad one. It's only one.
He still sounds the way that he always does.
But it hurts. It hurts him. It
Him?
hurts him. I think that's a man.
Okay.
A boy.
Let's not get down to the bottom of this.
Anyway, Bruce Willis, Ryan. Have you heard about Bruce Willis?
I know that he has been, what's the appropriate way? He's losing his mental faculties.
Correct.
Is that correct? And he's becoming like a prisoner inside of his own body. So he has been propping himself up in some of these movies that people have never heard of, trying to make as much money as he possibly can. Kind of a Walter White situation.
Kind of like a Walter White situation, but with far less damage on Bruce Willis's part.
Yeah, you're not
Far
sure.
less damage.
Listen, the story hasn't been written yet, Tyler. We still got plenty of time.
Well,
What?
Well, in March of last year, weird way to set that one up.
I don't know what happened to him recently. The laughing stopped quite abruptly. I assumed that I should apologize here.
Let's get through this. Let me.
I apologize to the Willis estate.
Ignorance is bliss in here. You didn't know.
What you talking about, Willis?
That is not helping.
I get nervous. My armpits are sweating.
In March of last year, Bruce Willis was diagnosed with aphasia, a speaking disorder.
Wow.
He had difficulty not only remembering his lines, but physically having the ability to say them. Well, it was just announced by his family this week that he has since been diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia, a type of dementia where brain cell destroying proteins build up in the brain's frontal, meaning directly behind the forehead, and temporal, which is right behind the ears.
Your temples.
The temporal lobes. People with this specific type of dementia have an average of 6 to 8 years of life after diagnosis. A big heartfelt oof to Bruce Willis, his family, and his friends.
The good thing about it is that he has. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I had to get it in.
He has enough money to, at the very least, keep himself comfortable. He's having problems speaking and saying his lines. What you talking about, Willis? Was about as bad as it could have been, and I am very sorry.
Thankfully, that was a different actor.
I'm pretty sure that was Bruce Willis. Wasn't that Bruce Willis
when he was a kid?
On Different Strokes? He's a method actor, and it was fine back then. Nobody cared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We use humor as our way of dealing with stuff that's awful.
How do you deal with trauma?
You and I love Bruce Willis.
Oh, I mean, Fifth Element, I still say to this day, favorite movie. That man has brought me...
Your favorite movie of all time?
Of all time.
Wow.
Easily.
My favorite sci-fi movie, for sure.
What's your favorite movie of all time?
I think I have to by law say Shawshank Redemption, or somebody will come in here and punch me in the stomach.
Memento.
I really like Snatch a lot. It's hard to know what your favorite movie is,
sure,
but that's definitely in my top 5, and I think of it immediately.
You've mentioned it as long as I can remember.
Sure, it's just really stylized. It's one of those fun gangster movies that I've always loved. Tyler.
So, love you, Bruce.
Snatch, yes.
I hope I can call you by your first name.
We do love you. We do love you. You were awesome. And you still are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your hero's passing away. And moving on to just states of dementia makes you sad, Tyler.
It does.
And we'll talk about it on the Depression Index. What the Depression Index is a machine that I built with my hands. I'm not going to make a joke here to make up for earlier. And we crank it up to let you know how down we are. Tyler, how has your mental health journey gone this week? You've been freaking me out a little bit, Tyler.
Is it the standing, hovering over your bed while you sleep at night?
And when I'm not sleeping. Like, leave me alone. I'm trying to poop.
That's fair. Stop leaving the door unlocked.
No.
I am better this week, Rye. I am still dealing with some, random emotions that like to pop up every once in a while, but I have since quit my testosterone treatments.
Sure.
And it's been very, very beneficial for
me.
Yes. I've noticed a decline of the more extreme parts of my feelings, and it's been a lot easier for me to take a breath and process.
I always thought about that. I took testosterone for a long time, and it did dawn on me that I'm flooding my body with the chemical that is associated with the hardest time in a boy's life. You know what I mean?
That's
For years and years. And I'm like, why am I acting like this?
30 years of puberty, baby.
I'm going to just jerk off one more time and I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
Always back to the jerking off when you were a young child. It's always back to this, to your young penis for some reason.
I think that is, the roots of my penis are at the roots of a lot of my issues.
Well, stop
Tyler.
making it the audience's problem. Figure that shit out.
Okay. I just had a breakthrough. I'm not going to talk anymore. All right, Tyler.
I kind of need you here, buddy.
Sorry.
But I'm feeling a lot better. And I did cut you off. Was there anything else you wanted to add?
No, that was it.
So this week I'm going to go ahead and say I am at a neutral 5.
Now, wait, very quick before you...
Please.
Tyler, I think that it's awesome that you are trying out different things, man. That you are giving it a go and seeing what works and seeing what doesn't. You know what I mean?
Well, I keep saying it every week. My goal is to get back to total and complete chemical neutral in my body. No blood pressure medication, no antidepressants, no testosterone, no nothing.
I dig it, buddy. Spin that mother flipping wheel.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Grody.
Maybe a tetanus shot.
How about that?
Maybe a tetanus shot.
Tyler, I have nothing written down here, so I'm just going to say, like I said, I am going through a breakup that it was about a month ago now, and it feels like a renaissance period to me. You know what I mean? You have said to me that I feel lighter. I actually saw Nicole the other night, and she told me in a very, sounds weird, but in a very sweet way, I'm very glad that we broke up. She said, I feel like this was the right move, and I do too. And like you're saying, sometimes putting yourself out there and just trying something that is terrifying, and it was and still is terrifying. Sometimes there is something really beautiful just beyond your fear, Tyler. I would say often.
I would say always, unless it is a fear of rational thought process.
There could be a shark in that dark beach water.
Exactly. Sure. You would go to the open ocean.
You're just a fool. If you're getting in the ocean at night, you're a fool, and you wouldn't come dressed that way if you didn't want it. You know what I mean?
But yeah, fear of these things that we can just do in our personal lives to grow and to experience life. That fear is always meant to be gone through. Go through that shit, because on the other side is exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it presents all its new challenges, and that's what life is. I think that this is a renaissance period in my life. Normally, at this moment, I would be scanning, every ex-girlfriend that I ever had to who can I fix tonight with.
Yeah. And who's going to be my safety net?
Exactly right.
Yeah, my emotional
and her
safety
name's Annette, you know what I mean? And right now, I've realized that the relationship that needs work is the one with myself.
That's kind of gay.
Oh,
no. You're
Tyler, primed and ready.
Tyler,
you got it.
Tyler, you've had a rough couple days. I'll take care of it.
All right.
So this week I am at a numero tres. I'm at a 3, Tyler. 1, 2, 3.
Good for you. Good for you. You think you just said hot shit.
Shut up, 5. You have no place. You're just spitting poison. No, and also I'm sure that it helps that, number 1, it was a mature breakup. There was no cheating. There was no vitriol.
Yeah.
And 2, that she's still in my life. I can still talk to her. She's somebody I very much care about, which really takes a lot of the impact off. You know what I mean?
It's awesome when you get to break up.
Love you, Nicole.
You know some of my exes who I've remained friends with.
I'm working with one of those bitches.
That's true, at a job that you guys will never hear about.
I don't have it, Tyler. I just made that up. All right, Tyler. So
that was weird.
Yeah, sorry about that to the person who I called a bitch. It was just for fun. We love each other.
Funsies.
All right, Tyler. You know what? I should have told you about this. I'm very sorry. Something dawned on me this week that I've decided it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable, and it's going to be banished from this planet, Tyler. I didn't tell you about it, but I have a hear ye.
Oh, yay! Hell yeah!
Wow. It's not just the voice, it's the face.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
I got to do it right, man.
I'm
here for you.
All right, Tyler, hear ye. I've made a rule for society, and I think you're going to agree with me here. Tyler, I have many names. Freon Bale, Dopra, but the condiment king is one of them. I love condiments, Tyler.
Yeah, you do.
Data, people call me it sometimes.
No, nobody's ever said
the condiment king, because I love condiments. I want every bite that I take to taste a little bit different, or at least as different as I can. How do you feel about that?
I love condiments, so I'm right there with you. But to say that you are the condiment king is to claim rule.
Others have said that. Many have said that.
We're gonna have to meet these false gods of
review.
yours.
Look it up, Tyler. Jeez.
Look what up?
Stop bringing down my segment. Do a little legwork.
I'm just jealous.
Now,
I'm not the lord of anything.
The Lord of Loam. All right, so Tyler, how do you feel? What's probably my favorite condiment, or at least it's up there. How do you feel about ketchup?
I think it's the greatest condiment on earth, and I think that no matter where you
Hot
go,
take.
no matter where you go, because depending on where you are on earth, the ketchup tastes very different.
Sure.
And
Dominican Republic, very sweet.
Yeah, and even the worst ketchup I have ever had in my life, still kind of good.
Not bad.
Still kind of good.
You could go to some of these countries and it's like brownish, and you're like, I'm not sure what this is, but it tastes better than your weird food, so I'm going to do it.
Ryan, that wasn't ketchup.
What?
That wasn't ketchup.
I was in Germany.
No.
What was the problem? What is Schitzen? So, Tyler, ketchup. I went to go use it this week, and I was foiled. The only thing about ketchup that's terrible is
the watery
ketchup
substance.
water.
Yeah, the
Tyler,
water. Yeah.
I'm sorry that I have to do this, but that's it. No more ketchup water. I decree no more ketchup water.
I mean,
Do it. Tyler, do it.
hear ye.
You hear me, Heinz? Speaking of Germany, get that shit out of there. It's disgusting, Tyler.
And I'm with you. I
Sure.
support you. I love you in everything you do.
From the makers of No Return Travel Home, no more ketchup water, Tyler.
true.
It grosses me out, and I don't like
How
it.
do you suggest they get rid of that?
I'm not a scientist, Tyler. I'm
Get
just
on that
I'm an
scientist.
idea guy. I don't want it anymore. I hate it. No more ketchup water, Tyler.
Okay, all right. I mean, if scientists can figure that out, give that person a Nobel Peace Prize because they have just solved peace on Earth.
What if he wants a bell, though, Tyler? Do we have time for You've Got Mail, or what should we do?
it is? Because it's a quick one.
you-
It's a quick one.
When you hear that music, that means that Tyler has sent me an image, and I will view it and give you my reaction. Drew've got mail.
Actor Simu Liu. You know the name? The star of Marvel's Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings.
Could you tell me his name one more time?
I'm sorry if I do this wrong.
Not to make fun.
Simu, S-I-M-U, Simu
Simu, okay.
Liu, L-I-U.
Okay.
Yeah, Simu
Cool.
Liu.
Nailed it. I've seen it.
Star of the Shang-Chi.
Quick little review. Meh.
Really?
Meh.
I heard it was very good.
Meh.
Well, he was at the NBA All-Star Game this weekend in Utah.
Okay.
Utah was hosting it.
He also was in a commercial with Giannis, I believe.
Oh, I went into his IMDb. He's actually been in a lot of different things. But Utah apparently decided to play a game of celebrity lookalike, where they find a random patron in the crowd who happens to look like a celebrity who is attending the game.
Whose decision was this?
Ryan.
Was it you in accounting, Tom? Who? Why? What? Have they heard of? Okay, and come in tomorrow. We're doing blackface night.
Go ahead and open the email. Tell me what you see.
All right. So far, Utah, you guys are not known for your diversity. Let's see what we got. Celebrity look alike. It is him next to a pudgy Asian teen.
Who doesn't look anything like him.
It does if you're a racist bigot.
It does. That's
Sure.
true.
If you now, isn't there something to this, like a face blindness? Like people who are not from our culture, we don't take in the same nuances of their face.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
this is an extreme case of that.
he is this guy.
They don't have the same body type.
No.
They don't look anywhere near the same.
He's a superhero.
He is a superhero. The person on the right is not.
Simu Liu, handsome, very handsome. I think.
Very handsome.
Yes.
Not the point of this. Stop objectifying the man to get out of this conversation.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying he's a good-looking man. You're right. I'm not helping. And the kid on the right, who is also handsome in his own way,
Wow, that was weak.
a little bit rounder. A little bit less of a superhero. Nobody wants to be compared to a superhero.
Listen, no offense to the kid on the right.
You're
but
about to offend him.
No, the guy on the left looks like he belongs on the court, and the kid on the right looks like he belongs in the stands.
I thought you were going to say, looks like he was the ball, and I was going to walk out of here.
No, he's not that fat. Not even close.
I'm glad nobody said it.
Anyway,
yeah,
it was quite racist.
Sure. Can you do that with anybody? Is that just a bad idea no matter what?
Bad idea no matter what. Unless you have to pick somebody who is your same race. Then you're clear. You're good. You're fine.
But you're saying that as a basketball association, you can't do a lookalike for an Asian man.
No, I'm saying that if you're going to get somebody to pick a lookalike for an Asian man, at least make sure it's another Asian person who can tell the difference between Asian people. They look nothing alike.
So basically, a new hear ye, all NBA teams hire one Asian guy in case you need to do a celebrity lookalike. Sorry to do this to you.
Hear ye.
Okay, sorry.
You also ruined Who Got Mail. You've got mail. True've got mail. Whatever.
Did I? I thought I helped it. What's going on, everybody? Ryan Menendez here. Now, I know that you're such a fan of this podcast, you already know it, but part of this advertising is me explaining shit to you that you already know. Buckle up! So much of this podcast is based on me being a total kook. Now, a bunch of people have reached out to me, and they have let me know that they want to be a kook too. Now, this isn't something that you just stumble on. It doesn't happen by accident. You gotta put in practice. 10,000 hours, am I right? So what you need to do is read the books that I read. Now, what we've done is we have signed up to work with Audible so you can read the books to become a kook like me. THOSEGUYSYOUHATE.com. Now, here's what Audible wants. They want for you to go over there and get a free book that I'm offering you so you can read, you could get on board, you could sink below the waters and end up in the same place that I am. And what they're hoping is that you'll get that free book, you'll sign up, and then you'll forget to unsign up, and then they can charge you at least once, okay? You know it, I know it, we all know it. Beat the system by breaking that contract before that happens, or stay with them and continue to learn and grow and flourish like a big boy. So if you go to THOSEGUYSYOUHATE.com right now, all of my reading recommendations are there. You could sign up and get the book for free, and then you have 30 days to cancel your membership, and you don't get beat on the deal. You know you won't because you're lazy. That's why you haven't moved out of your parents' house. We love you. Thank you for supporting Those Guys You Hate, and let's get back to the show.
Those guys.
Okay, I think that somebody is breaking into my house and putting pubic hair into my bar of soap. True crime? Is that true crime?
Why would anyone do that?
I don't get it.
You hate.
I'm looking at these hairs and I'm like, I don't know these hairs. True crime. That's definitely true crime.
That is not true crime.
Whatever, you don't know what true crime is.
Those guys.
Red circle.
And I don't feel your support.
No, not with that.
Sure.
Not with talking while you eat. You know how I feel about mouth noises.
We just talked about that on the last week's show. What's that called? Like sonphobia or something, where you just hate chewing noises, you hate repetitive noises. You know what I don't hate, Tyler?
What's that?
History. I like it. My problem is that I don't know it that well. I wish there was something that could help me.
You're getting so good at this.
I'm good, right?
You're getting so good at this.
I know how to drive.
Oh, yeah, Ryan. I haven't busted this one out in quite a while.
Sounds like we're learning history in 1984. Somebody has flattened out a cardboard box and I'm spinning on my head, Tyler.
And there are subjects abound, Ryan.
Sure.
Everywhere you look.
Go ninja. Go ninja.
Well, this is Better Know Your History Historical Figure Edition.
Okay.
This theme is going to be 2 lies and a truth. We are going to go through 3 separate subjects, and you are going to tell me which one is the truth and which 2 are dirty, dirty lies.
Okay, I'm ready.
Joan of Arc, Ryan. Joan of Arc, a medieval peasant girl who became a military leader during the 100 Years' War.
How long was that war?
It was actually like 121 years or something like that. Yeah. It was, just misnomer.
Really dumbing it down for us.
Born in France and only a teenager at the time, she was able to get an audience with the future king of France, Charles VII. She convinced the future king that she had received visions from God instructing her on how to drive the English out of France. She was eventually given leadership, and through her guidance, the French saw a number of big victories, driving the English back and eventually winning the war.
English. Sordid past.
I mean, I think if you go into anybody's history, they're going to have a pretty sordid past.
Okay, colonizer. Now,
What?
that and all of that is true, or is this one of the three things that you're giving me?
This is just one of the things that you're giving, that I'm giving you.
And I have to pick which one is false.
Yeah, this is one, and then we have two more, and then you're going to tell me which one is true. Which one is true?
I'm not sure yet, but that one sounded true to me.
Okay.
Please continue.
All right.
And when did she say let them eat cake?
Are you trying to confuse everybody? Number 2, Ryan. King Arthur.
Okay.
I was hesitant to use this as an example because King Arthur has been written about for over 1,000 years and has since been attributed with many fantastical things, such as the Sword and the Stone and the Lady of the Lake, which is
Marian, round tables of some type.
Knights of the Round Table,
Sure.
all that good stuff. I love that idea. But for this game, I'm just talking about the person King Arthur.
Was he real?
I'm talking about the Celtic warlord who lived sometime in the 5th or 6th century.
Okay.
I'm talking about the man who fought against Anglo-Saxon invaders who were attempting to take over Britain at the time.
What is Anglo-Saxon?
Germanic, in a very long time ago.
Caucasian.
Sure. Caucasian, I think, speaks to like the skin color. Anglo-Saxon, I believe, is the location of where they come from in the world.
I hear people say that all the time. I don't know what it means. Okay, so King Arthur, real, Scottish, military.
Celtic. Is that still
Excuse
Scottish?
me, Irish.
You're fucking this up for us.
Warrior of yesteryear.
Of yesteryear.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
And finally, Ryan, the Trojan horse. If you've ever seen the movie Troy or the 1,000 other stories of it for that matter, then you know what I'm talking about. A giant wooden horse that was used by the ancient Greeks after they besieged the city of Troy, but could gain no ground due to the Trojans' battle strategies and their fortified walls.
Sure.
Greek soldiers hid inside the giant hollow horse, and when it was brought inside the city's walls, the soldiers used the element of surprise to open the city's gates and let their army inside, burning it to the ground.
That's what I thought the Statue of Liberty was when I was younger. Tyler,
A Trojan horse?
yeah, I
They
expected.
forgot to build a door. They just died in there.
I expected French people to come pouring out of that at any moment.
Well, they were just on an island. They would have
Sure.
to swim across the channel.
Sure, they know how to swim.
They didn't think this through.
Put a baguette under each arm and you're fine. Tyler, in the movie Troy, do they feature the Trojan horse? Is that part of it? I've never seen the movie.
Yes, with Brad Pitt, it was a major part of it,
Okay.
and it was. It's not very accurate, but it is a fantastic story.
I should go watch that movie.
Yes, it's a great action movie.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Just don't start relating events from that movie as if it was history. They bend the story a little bit to make it a little bit better.
That's the pits, Tyler. Okay, so now
I mean, you are running
have
out of energy.
I got nothing, Tyler. I got nothing.
Those are the Pitts.
His last name is Pitt. Brad Pitt.
But you said Pitts. You didn't even do it correctly.
Two T's. There was two T's implied.
So you've got Joan of Arc, you've got King Arthur, and you've got the Trojan horse. Which one is it, Ryan?
I'm going with my belly. I'm going with Joan of Arc. Show me Joan of Arc.
He gets it! He gets it!
Oh!
You got it, buddy!
Wow.
That's right.
What do I get?
This one is, you're just right.
Yay!
We all know how much you love that one. I mean, who doesn't?
It's
Let's
the
be
first
honest.
time for everything.
This one is true, Ryan. Joan of Arc not only existed, everything I said about her was true. She did claim to receive visions from God. She did convince the future king of France, to allow her, a teenage peasant girl, to meet with French commanders. She then convinced the French commanders of the French military through her sincerity of her beliefs, and she was taken to the city of Orleans, which had been captured by the English and held for 7 months. And the recapturing of the city, done under her, was a watershed moment in the war. It provided the moral boost the French people needed after having suffered a string of defeats. Her mere presence inspired those around her, and she was an integral part of the French eventually winning that war. But she was captured and subsequently burned at the stake by the English in 1431.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, and I'm totally guessing here, that must have been a tough time to be a woman and have people listen to you, especially in a military setting. So that probably speaks to her energy and just the badasseriness that she was giving off at the time.
I mean, you have to assume when she was speaking, the conviction in her voice must have been, beyond questioning.
Like we were talking about earlier, you can feel the passion in somebody. You know what I mean?
For sure. And for her, it was freeing the French.
I dig that.
And so, just to close this out, King Arthur, no, Ryan, much like Achilles, King Arthur never truly existed, as far as historians can tell, and seems to have just been an amalgamation of different stories of different soldiers.
Like James Bond.
Throughout time. Sure, no, he's real. He's definitely real.
Oh,
and,
thank goodness.
No Knights of the Round Table, although, like I said, I love that idea. And the Trojan horse, no, there is no historical evidence to suggest that not only was the Trojan horse never used, the war in question more than likely never took place.
Yeah.
We know where the ruins of the ancient city of Troy are in northwestern Turkey. You can visit them yourself, and they've been declared a World Heritage Site. However, the story of the Trojan horse comes from Homer's Iliad, a fictional story.
Ah, yes. Homer's Odyssey, Tyler. Great job.
And that,
history.
And that, Ryan, is Better Know Your History.
Fantastic job, Tyler. Joan of Arc. Love that lady.
Played by Mila Jovovich in that one movie.
Never seen it, Tyler.
It's pretty good.
Don't plan on it. You know what I do plan on doing, Tyler? Week in review. What Week in Review is where Tyler and I say ridiculous stuff. We mansplain each other, and then we manspread each other, and then we come back, we look it up, we see if we were right. Tyler, what you got going on this week?
Can't it just be one lead into a segment where we're not banging in some way, shape, or form?
You would think so, but no.
Oh, well.
Hey, stop bringing it up. Just let it go by the wayside. You're making it worse.
I appreciate you being so honest with me. Ryan, last week, we discussed the history of swatting, the act of calling in a fake emergency in an attempt to get a SWAT team sent to a person's house. Is the true origin of it lost to history?
Affirmative.
Yeah, I can't find where the first one took place, although it can be pinpointed down to the early 2000s, and it almost certainly started in the gaming community as a way to get back at someone who beat you online.
Yeah, and as you said, had sex with your mother.
Not a proportional response, in my opinion.
It depends upon the kind of sex they had. You know what I mean?
You and I are having two different conversations. What about you, Ryan?
Tyler, last week I asked, are there trees that grow multiple citrus fruits?
Affirmative.
And then you called them an act against God.
An act against God. Now, Tyler, are those the most interesting of the trees?
Oh.
They are not, Tyler. And I would like to thank Smithsonian Mag for this information.com for this information.
Reputable.
There is a Can Akins tree, Tyler. Have you ever heard of a Can Akins tree?
No, I'm not schooled on trees.
Sure, you're about to be, Tyler.
Okay, please.
Can Akins is an artist, Tyler. He is an artist. And what Can Akins did in 2008 is start creating a living sculpture. And he did that by grafting branches from different trees together. That's how they make the citrus trees that grow grapefruit and lemon and lime. They all adapt and grow together. Can Akins tree, 40 fruits grow off of this one tree. You got plums, you got peaches, you got apricots. Did you say nectarines? You got nectarines, Tyler. You got cherries. You got 40 fruits growing off of, no gay jokes here.
Do you got fruits. Apples? Woo!
Oh!
There are apples!
I actually don't know, Tyler. It just says other. I'm not sure. There's 18 of them across the country as of 2015. So maybe there's even more than this. I would love to see this. This would be something I would want to see.
I would say, why aren't we doing more of this? But my assumption is it takes a long time and takes a lot of work to get one of these things going.
Well, it's like a bonsai tree.
Which take a lot of work.
A lot of work and a lot of time. You can set it up, you can wire it, but nature has to do the growing. You can't force it to happen. It just takes time. 18 in 2015. I'm going to take a rough estimate, 450 now.
That's pretty good. I want to believe you. Ryan, last week we were discussing different countries' mascots, specifically the merlion in Singapore.
Oh, yeah. And the unicorn in Scotland.
You magically brought to my attention that Scotland uses a unicorn, which is both equally true and awesome. Are there any other countries whose mascots match up? Alas, other countries use some cool animals, but nothing as cool as the unicorn. Greece has the phoenix, which I think is about as close as it gets.
Arizona's a little dry for me.
Both Wales and China. I mean, what am I going to do with that?
That's a fair question.
What am I gonna do with that?
And is that part of the show, or is it something we're trying to lop off?
I don't know. I don't know
Okay.
how I feel about it.
We'll talk about it.
Hey, audience, write in. If this is good for you, then it's good for me. But if not,
I'm open to change.
I'll murder it.
I'm open to change.
Greece has the phoenix. Both Wales and China use a dragon. And the Czech Republic uses a double-tailed lion, but nothing as cool as the unicorn.
When you say there are countries that match up, what do you mean by match up?
Well, it's my own opinion.
Particular taste.
Are there any animals that match up with a unicorn? Like I said, I think the phoenix is about as close as it gets, but I think the fact that a country uses a unicorn as its official mascot is fucking awesome.
I'm more partial to a griffin or even a phoenix, I think, but cool nonetheless.
All right.
Tyler, last week we discussed Leisure Suit Larry, which was a computer game from a long, long time ago, and it was all about romance.
Well, I wouldn't say romance.
There's an old wives' tale that there was a nudity code. Was there?
Yes?
Affirmative.
Tyler, there was. You know what's really funny, and perhaps this is a shameful admission, I started Googling it, and it gives the predictive text. It said, when did Leisure Suit Larry come out? I swear to you, I'm like, Leisure Suit Larry was gay? When do you think that the game actually came out?
I'm going to say 2004.
July 5th, 1987 was the first Leisure Suit Larry game.
Oh, wow.
It was the old Apple computers. I think it came on a floppy disk, dead serious, not unlike Monkey Island.
It is good to know that even since the beginning of this technology, people have used it to be perverted.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at movies, if you look at all sorts of things, we've been fascinated by our sexuality on this show very
Fascinated,
often.
if anything, controlled by it.
Nude mode, Tyler.
Yeah.
Nude mode. Here's how you get nude mode. First,
Hold on, let me write this down.
beat the game, okay? Which is
a
hard.
lot.
Leisure Suit Larry was hard. It was very abstract, some of these things. V and I had very different dating styles.
Yeah.
Then
A lot of chores.
you buy, quote unquote, everybody naked at the bar. This secret costs 269 secret tokens and can be turned on in the bonus options of the extras section.
This would have been a great, you got mails, you send me a screenshot of this, so I
Didn't even look it
can't-
up.
So I can't use it later.
Didn't even look it up.
Oh, okay. Well, Ryan, last week, I feel like I did a subpar job of explaining CTE. Am I about to rectify that mistake?
Affirmative.
CTE stands for chronic traumatic encephalopathy. Wait,
Nailed it.
chronic traumatic encephalopathy.
I guarantee that all of this will stay.
Encephalopathy.
Encephalopathy, yes.
Thank you.
You got it. Nailed it. Good job.
Thank you.
Sure.
As you looked me in my eyes as you did that. You just had to show me up just a little bit, didn't you?
I didn't need to do that.
You didn't.
And everybody knew what you were trying to say.
Did they? Did they, Ryan?
Encephalopotomy.
It's a neurodegenerative disease that is associated with repeated head injuries such as concussions. CTE is believed to result in the accumulation of a protein called tau in the brain, which is actually what's happening to Bruce Willis as well, which can disrupt normal brain function and cause brain cells to die.
Yeah, it's bad. And we're learning more and more how bad it is. Your brain, important.
Yeah, and
be
I actually
careful with it.
learned the difference between these CTE and FTD and Alzheimer's is caused by these protein buildups. It's just where they're building up in the different centers of your brain is what kind of degenerative disease it is.
It's affecting that portion of
Yeah,
it. And is that your limbic system? I love limbic system.
You say that a lot.
I'll say it whenever I can. You know what I mean?
I don't even know if that applies here, but well, it's part of the brain, so
Sure.
whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Tyler, last week we discussed, is there an app that is an abacus?
Affirmative.
That's it. There's no more information. Yes, there is. And Tyler, finally, for me, Can an alligator lick your face?
I tried to look this
Can an alligator lick your face?
I don't know.
Probably not. I couldn't find anything either.
Google it. It was the equivalent of Google asking me, bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
Probably not, but it did lead me to, can a lion lick your skin off, Tyler?
Oh, it absolutely can.
Do you say yes?
Absolutely.
Internet, what do you say? No.
What do you mean no?
Their tongue is like sandpaper, but not unlike a feline. It's not going to take your skin off.
I thought it had little hooks in them and whatnot.
You're thinking of the penis. You're thinking of the cat penis. Tyler.
Oh, I've been starting from the wrong end.
Yeah. Well, there's always tomorrow, Tyler. You got any more?
No, I am done. I'm done. Spiked lion penis is where I draw the line.
You and me both. Tyler, okay, and we've gotten all your segments out of the way?
I'm done.
That's
I'm
it.
done. I'm done.
I think that means we're done, Tyler.
done.
Great job this week. I'm feeling a little loopy. I'm got to go lie down. Great job. Tell people how
don't
they
drown
can,
in the tub, please.
Sure. Tell people how they can reach out and touch us, Tyler.
THOSEGUYSYOUHATE.com. Go and click on the links and subscribe. We need your support. And a little fan reaction recently, Ryan, which was a lot of fun.
What happened?
I am part of a group chat with my group of friends, and they started listening to the show, and I literally got the question of, what is the machine you spin for depression index?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it made me feel really good.
Really?
Made me feel really good.
Well, you'll never know. It ain't for you. Your head would explode if you looked at it, arbitrary listener.
I have to close my eyes as I spin it.
You may be part of it one day. I mean, crazier things have happened, man.
So yeah, THOSEGUYSYOUHATE.com, and thank you, audience. We love every shred of support you provide to us.
Big time.
You guys keep us going. I don't even mean the show. I mean, you keep my heart beating.
Big time. Great job, Tyler. What is the moral of the story?
The moral of the story, Ryan, I believe the Joan of Arc really taught us many, many years ago that if you speak with enough conviction, you can get anybody to believe anything you want. Anything you want. I think we have just found the principle, the cornerstone of manipulation. Speak with confidence.
Okay.
That's it.
Sure.
I don't know if that's a great moral, but Ryan, what's the moral of the story?
I can't imagine that it is. Tyler.
Now go out into the world with this.
Yeah, go forth and reproduce. Tyler, my moral of the story is an open-ended kind of question. What can we do to alleviate some of the frustrations that is boiling over? What can we do in our own personal lives where who knows what sort of a difference we could make with any of these people that we're interacting every day? You turn on the TV and you hear about a shooting at a college or a stabbing at a concert, and what can we do in our own lives? It feels like a drop in a bucket that will never fill up. But what can we do in our own lives to alleviate some of this? Maybe even to alleviate some of it in ourselves. I think that is a question that maybe we're too late in posing, but we still have the opportunity to do something.
I'm going to push back against that because I don't think it's a drop in the bucket. I think the way that it can be perceived is as such because you see these stories on the news and that's what everybody's talking about. You don't see the individual good acts between human beings on a daily basis happening millions of times every moment of every day. So these collective things, these collective good things are happening. And to combat them, I know you said it was an open-ended question, but I think the answer is to get that information out there. Get the information out there to be introspective, to look inward and ask yourself those questions.
And be that information. Go out there and live it.
Yes.
It is very hard.
Yes.
And it takes years and years of
hard work.
Perpetual work. And
it's worth it.
We are those guys you hate.
Be kind or we'll kill you.
All right, Tyler, as you can see, I am eating something, Tyler. You know what that means? We're going to do our food segment. Tyler, have you noticed? It doesn't mean that. I'm just trying to eat food, and I apologize.
Yeah. What are you eating? Tell the audience what you're eating.
I'm eating
this, which can only be described as a bitch-ass food.
And I'm eating it out of a kid's sippy cup.
That was also weird to me. I
Sure.
unloaded the dishwasher the day before yesterday or whenever it was, and I found this children's sippy cup in there. Noticing that it's brand new, I was wondering if there was something you needed to share with your boy Tyler over here.
If you there's
And
been
everybody else on Earth.
a lot of people who have had comments about this. If you're going to carry around edamame, soybeans, okay, unsalted soybeans, sad shit. I'm eating like
Bitch ass food.
bitch ass food. I'm eating like like an aborigine. I don't know what's going on with me. But if you were going to eat edamame like that, the way D-Shell just big old gulps of it, what would you put it in? I was thinking of a cup with a top. It led me to the baby section. Does that make sense or no?
They don't have those for adults.
Well,
They don't have.
What would it be? I'm asking you.
I'm a cup that's exactly like that without the little sippy part on top.
What if I want to drink the moisture? What if I want to drink the edamame juice?
First of all, that's disgusting.
What?
And second of all, I think I just described just the Tupperware container.
Sure. And I don't want to drink out of a Tupperware container.
But in cup form. Get on that Ziploc or whichever company makes those things.
Johnson and Johnson, both of you guys, get on it. So, Tyler, last week I yelled at you for bringing this ungodly mess into our house.
No, that one's yours, and that is the adult size. That is the stilt size.
I have upgraded, Tyler. I have weaponized this vice.
Tell the audience what it is.
It is a purely lean, cream-filled wafer, Tyler. And here's...
It's hazelnut. It's crispy heaven on the
chocolate.
outside. It's chocolate. It's delicious.
Have you had any of this new version? Because the version that you had last week called Puro Cream, or go back and listen to last week's episode.
If you haven't listened to it already, what's your problem?
What's going on with you? Shut this off and go back. So I want for you to try one of these on air. Now, those were made in Italy. Okay. Now, these
are they different?
Are made in the good old-fashioned U.S. of... What? Why are you saying... You know what, man?
Because I feel like you're setting me
You're
up.
not a patriot.
No, I feel like
you're not a patriot. You
says the guy who says the eagle is on our flag. That was you last week. But
Isn't there an eagle on our flag?
But then I agreed with you.
You know what it is? It's one of those, remember those things where you had to stare at it a little bit and then all of a sudden a picture would become like 3D?
Yeah,
it's like that. You have to look at the flag a little bit. There's an eagle there. Just keep, if you don't see it, keep going. All right,
How did
Tyler.
they sew that into the flag hundreds of years
Also
ago?
LSD. That will help out a lot. Now go ahead, Tyler. Have one of these booting your ass American cream-filled wafers.
You're not setting it up
For the good old US of A, Tyler. And I want you to tell me what you think.
You're not setting this up properly.
Now, the ones that you had, it comes in a little short container. It's a little shorty, tiny container.
Yeah, they must be like, I don't know, centimeters, 10, 15 centimeters long.
Sure,
That
for our
sounds about
international listeners.
Sure.
Now they're
Wow.
They're delicate, they're flaky, they're beautiful. Now,
Everything in America is bigger, ladies and gentlemen.
Sure. And let's right into the mic. We need the payoff. Talk to me. Tell me what you're thinking.
They're harder than their Italian cousins.
Just like New Jersey.
Yeah, way harder. Mm-hmm. And the hazelnut isn't as rich.
It tastes like shit, Tyler.
It's not great.
It tastes like honey poo poo. And I am not for it. America, get your shit together. Get your shit together. That's bad. I don't even want those. I'll get new ones. And that's whatever that was, Tyler.
I think that if we had these first, we'd be like, oh, they're pretty good. Unfortunately, we are comparing them to the delicious ones that they just can't compete.
The other ones, they're so delicate and so flaky and so good. Those basura. Those are bad. Bad. That's bad. A weekly book nook.
Even threw in the
Puro
accent
cream.
there.
That is trash, man. That is no good. Get that shit out of here. I wonder if you could like stir a hot chocolate with one of those.
That actually does sound
Right?
about right, yeah.
I think I've seen in movies they do stuff like that, and they put a little whipped cream on the end of it and little sprinkles.
And then they just leave it in the cup so it's like a straw
And
that
it
you can't actually sip out of.
Slowly melts in like a bad guy with James Bond. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody get on that. Make me one of those, audience.
Tyler, I want to make the switch to be more social. I have recognized in my life what really matters to me is that I like relationships. I like being with people. And in my relationships, I think are getting healthier and healthier. I am making the commitment to be more social, to put myself out there more. What do you think about that?
I think that you should just play more online video games than you would just be with all of your brothers and sisters, because everybody you run into will have fucked your mom, Ryan. That's how it works online,
could
Ryan.
just go down to the grocery store if I wanted to live that life. Those people.
Why did you just sideswipe mom like that?
Shouldn't be such a whore. Now, here's the thing, Tyler. All of those people that I would be hanging out with hours on end in the online gaming community are people that I don't want to be with, Tyler. So just regular people, if that's okay.
So do you have people in mind that you want to be with?
Not those trolls and dwarves and, bridge livers. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's obviously the type of community you want to piss off. The gaming community.
And probably the only people who would be interested in this stupid
That's
show.
fair.
I'm just kidding. I'm playing video games, Tyler.
And more on that later, believe it or not.
I believe it.
Yeah.
We talk about a wide range of subjects. I'm a gamer, right?
You are, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm playing Miles Morales right now.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, fucking cool.
Yeah, he
I
is.
like him.
And you put in God only knows how many hours into Red Dead Redemption
Sure.
2.
I played it over like 6 months. I'm cool. I'm hip.
You are, I mean, don't say those things, but you are definitely a gamer.
I've
Definitely.
played Leisure Suit Larry.
2
More
weeks
on
in a
that
row.
later.
2 weeks in a row we talk about that one.
I'm just saying that I'm an OG, Tyler.
Where you at, Larry?
Now, I'm thinking, and maybe we could brainstorm together. I actually...
In terms of?
Well, yoga classes are an easy one because that's something I've always been attracted to. Meditation, I think that just following your passions and being around people while you're doing something that you're interested in is a great way to meet people and having them see you in the throes of that passion, as opposed to meeting people at work where you're stressed out or at a gay bookstore. Just, follow maybe my passions are a gay
I'm going to
bookstore.
say, throws of passion.
Sure.
Point me in the right direction.
I
But
am.
It's about being in the atmosphere that you want to be in. Where if
Yeah.
you go and you spend all your time at bars, who the fuck does that?
I do, actually. I work in a bar. Which is cool, and I like bar people.
Yeah.
Bar people are cool, but I want to mix it up with the people who aren't bar people.
I was actually making a joke about myself.
I get it.
But you took it from me. You took it from
Tyler,
me.
I'm supporting you.
How
love
can I
you.
be self-deprecating if I can't be, self-deprecating?
I would rather be self-flagellating.
It is what?
Self-flagellating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's fair. What you want to burn up, huh?
No, that's it's a masturbation joke. I believe to flagellate yourself. I believe we can review.
Yeah.
You're thinking of flammable
I was thinking of immolation. I don't know
or
where I went.
inflammable. I'm not sure which one.
Same thing.
Yeah. So, I don't know, just follow those kind of passions and meet some new people. And you know what the thing is? It's you're committing to putting in the energy to go do it, because we all know that when that time comes up, I don't want to fucking do that shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I'm going to stay home and play Miles Morales.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to think about than actually do.
Sure.
Which I know is the most obvious thing in the world. But ingratiating yourself in those communities, it can be great. The people that you can meet when you can actually go to a place and just spark up a conversation about something that you know you both love because you're both there.
Or you're in the middle of it. It's so easy to talk to somebody at the end of a yoga class after you both just got whooped together.
Yeah.
Like you're like at the beginning, hi, how are you? And then at the end, you're like, damn, that bitch is crazy. What was that? The pretzel move? What was that? You understand yoga. It's not easy.
Is that an urban yoga, the pretzel move? I've never heard of that one.
What is that, a dirty water? Anyway, I just think that it's something that I'm interested in. Well, I don't know.
Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
And the outside world is scary, and I'm trying to talk you out of it, but I can see your mind set on this. And
Sure. I played Leisure Suit Larry, Tyler. And finally,
your
Tyler.
stuff is mine.
Messi to Miami. Tyler Messi to Miami.
You don't care about this.
I would care about that.
Why?
Because it would make us important and people would give us attention.
Now that is the Miami attitude right there.
Tyler.
What?
How many Miami Heat fans were born through the best player in the world coming and playing? That's how sports works. You bring me the best player and you say we have a chance to win. Also, off the back of this World Cup that I really enjoyed, and soccer is everywhere. They talk about it on some of our favorite podcasts. I would be in.
Do you
I would
like
watch.
soccer?
I do like soccer. The beautiful game, Tyler. And,
Okay, don't just start throwing just words at
the
me.
sweet science, Tyler.
That's not a thing.
That's boxing, I believe. And I would definitely give it a go.
I mean, I would just want to be part of that atmosphere, go to a game.
Sure.
Because I would want to experience that.
Bring your vuvuzela, I'll tell you.
Please don't. Those things are so annoying.
Also, love the colors. Love the colors.
Yeah.
It's like a powder pink and a dark black. What we're talking about is Lionel Messi. Are we still making Lionels?
I don't think so.
Lionel Messi coming to Miami in American football.
Look at me being American-centric. I don't know if we're still making Lionels. How the bleep would I know?
More on that later. As a matter of fact, more on that now. Let's do the show.